Hello YouTube, my name is Nate Dobas, and for today's lesson we're going to be talking about a sometimes overlooked piece of drumming, the grip. If you ever watch a golfer play, Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson, any one of these great golfers, they have this tremendous amount of power in their swing, and if you look at their mechanics, the one thing they all have in common is a nice, consistent, but relaxed grip. It's the same thing with drumming. So we're going to talk about the grip. The first thing I like to do is have my hand open up, and we put the stick in this fleshy, what I like to call the catcher's mitt portion of the palm. So the stick will be going from, if you want to think of a clock, you can think of 5 after 7. That's where the stick is going to rest. From there, we're going to take our back 3 fingers, we're going to wrap them around the stick, so we're creating a little gap, a little valley in here. Now keep in mind, when we have our fingers around the stick, we don't want to create so much tension that we get red and pink in the knuckles and even white around some of the fingers. This is tension. Tension's bad. Tension's bad. And it's going to really inhibit our sound. If we hold the stick this tight and we play the pad, you're going to notice the sound is very choked, and even the movement of my wrist is very calculated and very planned and very stiff. But as soon as we start to relax that, as I'll show you in just a minute, you're going to see a really big difference. From there, once we have our fingers placed, we're going to take that fleshy part of the thumb, we're going to place that on the inside left part of the stick, and then that first joint of the first finger will be placed on the outer right. Now also notice here, I have a small space between my first finger and my middle finger. This really helps keep the grip relaxed, and it's really going to help in your movement when we get to faster speeds, and it's really going to enhance your power. Okay, if we go back to our golfing analogy, when these guys play, they're not holding the club so tight where it's choked off. The grip is nice and loose yet firm, and it's the same concept with this. Today's lesson will focus mostly on match grip playing, so whatever goes to the right is going to certainly go for the left. Okay, now that we have the grip in place, the first thing we want to do with our stick is we want to start it from this 12 o'clock position, throw it down into the center of the pad, and using the rebound of the stick, send the stick right back to where you can refer to this as the free stroke or a full stroke, because we go from a full stick height and we return to a full stick height. Okay? And we want to, the concept is think down, throw down, let the stick start and stop at the same spot. Now if we did a close-up of what the fingers are doing, the fingers will actually release, and then when the stick comes back up, the fingers will close to keep the stick in place. So in super slow-mo, you'd have this, and then the stick comes back on our hand. Fast motions here. And notice it's not this, it's not a formal downstroke. It's a full stroke. Whatever goes to the right, again goes to the left. We want to start tall, end tall. Again, practice slowly at first. This might be a new concept for some of you. Might be a great review for some, and some of you might not like this grip at all, and that's fine. The idea here is to embrace something new. Okay? Once you have a really good handle on that, there's really 2 exercises to really reinforce this technique, the idea of letting the sticks do the work, or the idea of letting the sticks rebound. The first exercise that I like to do, I do this as a warm-up, is a real simple 8 strokes on each hand. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. And once you get the stick rebounding, you want to vary your speeds. You want to even play a little slower. That's fine too. The idea here, again, guys, let the stick start and stop at the same place. Now once we get going a little faster, the the motion becomes much smaller. Still a loose grip, just much smaller motion. Whether it's here, here, or even here, the motion is the same, thinking down and throwing down. Okay? So check that out, try that on a pad, try that on a real dead surface like a pillow or even the floor, and really get into the habit of thinking down and throwing down. This would be the movement without the sticks. Okay? Another great exercise that Dom Famulero showed me is the 2 to 50. Now a lot of you Dom students are probably saying, oh, 2 to 50. How does the 2 to 50 work? Let me explain how it goes. We do 2 strokes in the left hand, 2 strokes with the right. From there, we add a stroke each time. So we go from 2 to 3, you guessed it, 4, here it comes, 5, then our good friend 6, so on and so forth, all the way to 50. Now this exercise will take a little while. It definitely will teach and reinforce patience, but I promise with consistent, good practice habits, you'll have this technique down in no time flat. So that's my lesson on grip and stroke. Check out my next clip. We're going to talk about double strokes, control strokes, pullouts, and we'll even get into some multiple bounce strokes as well. So make sure you check it out. Happy practicing.